how's it going? Today we're going to be checking out the former town site of Wrights Station, which was a stop along the now defunct Southern Pacific Railroad. In the late 1800s, the Southern Pacific Railroad established a route through the Santa Cruz Mountains, which connected Santa Clara County and Santa Cruz. At the mouth of the first and longest tunnel on the route, which was actually over a mile long, a large workers' camp popped up, which later became known as Wrights Station. Many records state that Wrights Station was one of the largest, if not the largest, of all of the town sites that popped up along the railroad in the Santa Cruz Mountains. When this route started to slow down in the mid to late 1930s, the San Jose Water Company purchased pretty much all of the land that Wrights was located on, and demolished almost every single trace of the town. Today, Wrights is practically in the middle of nowhere, and very little remains of this once bustling town site. All that remains at Wrights is the road and the original bridge, which has been refinished at some point, along with the Summit Tunnel entrance, which has largely deteriorated. If you were just driving through, you'd have no idea that this was the former town site of a large and bustling community. Back in the day, on the left right here, there was a train depot and then also a few loading stations, while on the opposite side, there was a general store and I believe a hotel. Nowadays, if you don't have a residence around here, or you don't work for the water company, there's pretty much no reason to come down here, because the road dead ends a little bit past this bridge. While walking along this little trail here to the Summit Tunnel entrance, you would have a hard time recognizing this to be the same place as that photo I shared earlier. Originally a spillway to help divert water away from the entrance and tracks, you can see it's now developed into a large ravine, which is actually eating away a lot of the land that the original tracks were laid on. When the tunnel was first established, the entrance was actually made of wood. However, due to erosion and collapses caused by the water source that created the ravine here, the tunnel entrance was actually reconstructed of this concrete. In this photo here, you can see how they built a barricading wall around the tunnel as well as spillway to prevent water from eroding the entrance. This version of the entrance held up extremely well during the years of the tunnel service, and even withstood the 1906 earthquake. However, since the route's closure in 1940, you can see just how much the entrance has deteriorated over the years. Unfortunately, many workers lost their lives during the construction of this tunnel, with a large portion being early Chinese immigrants. With virtually no safety regulations and little technological advances in tunnel digging, you could imagine just how dangerous this job would be back in the day. One event sticks out as the most notorious accident to happen. Quoting Ryan Masters from hilltromper.com, by mid-November of 1878, the tunnel reached 2,300 feet into the mountain. A petroleum-like substance now seeped fairly regularly from the crevices in the rock and had to be burned off every 5 or 10 minutes to avoid a dangerous buildup. On the night of February 12, 1879, the inevitable happened. While lighting the fuse on a dynamite charge, the swing shift foreman ignited a pocket of gas. The resulting explosion blew a roiling wall of flame out of the tunnel like a charge from a cannon. While the foreman somehow survived, 5 Chinese laborers did not, yet these mangled and blackened bodies were just the mountain's opening salvo against the burrowing invaders. Walking back along the ravine, it's fun to think about how this land used to cover up most of this empty space here, with workers' cabins and loading stations being backed up along the hillside here. Here you can see how that old spillway has eaten away so much of this land and continues to do so. One of the few original structures of Wrights Station is this bridge here, which when it was built in the late 1800s probably helped horse-drawn carriages across the Los Gatos Creek, and later on helped escort vehicles. And that wraps up our tour of the site of Wrights Station. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this.